My name is Javaid. I am at Franconia Station. I've been on for almost 2 years now. I was born in the United States. I grew up in Pakistan. I come from a very big family. I have 2 sisters, 2 brothers. I'm the middle child. I moved to the United States in 2005. I came to the United States with very little language skills. I barely spoke any English. I went to high school here, did 2 years of high school. In high school, I wanted to do something different with my life. At the time, I just didn't know what it was. And I still remember that I was in my ESL class, which is for second language students. This teacher would always ask students what their plans were, what they wanted to do after high school, what they wanted to do for their career. And she would always skip over me. So one day I was like, okay, why does she always skip over me? So I raised my hand. I was like, hey, how come you never asked me what I want to do? And she was like, I know you're going to get married one day, after high school. So I was like, okay. So maybe there was some truth to that. I never actually gave it a full thought to what I want to do with my life. That day I realized I wanted to do something different with my life. And then, like I said, being new in this country, I was still learning the language, still learning the culture, had no idea about what the police work is or what it entails of. I remember being home one day and I'm standing in front of my front door, which was closed, and I heard the doorknob get twisted. It was twisting, and it was somebody who was trying to come into my home, which they were not allowed. I could hear somebody talking on the other side, and they were laughing. So I don't know if somebody was joking around or they were really trying to break into my house, but I didn't know who to call, what to do. So I just remember being scared. So I go in and tell my aunt, hey, I think somebody's at the door and they're trying to get in. My auntie, not speaking any English, she doesn't speak any English either, so we just don't know what to do. Later that night, my uncle comes home and we tell him, hey, I think somebody was trying to break into our house. And he's like, did you call the police? And I'm like, police? He's like, yeah, did you call 911? I'm like, no, we have no idea. So he's like, okay, if anything like this ever happens, you dial 911. That's when an officer will come and help you out. And I remember an officer later that night came to our house. It gave me comfort that there was somebody out there who is out there protecting people. And that's when I realized this is something maybe I want to do. So in high school, I knew this is what I wanted to. I wanted to become a police officer. I had no idea how would I go about it. Don't know who I would ask what I need to do. But I knew I had a goal that I wanted to be a police officer. And then I kept that goal in my mind, and I just went with it. Even after college, I was like, that never changed for me. That goal for me, that never went away. So graduated college, applied with Fairfax, got a chance here to work with Fairfax County Police Department, and this has been the best experience for me, and I am so glad that I'm here. If you are considering a career in law enforcement, it's a great place to be. I would love to see more women in this profession. If that's what you want, this is where your heart is. Again, come join our police department and see what we do. It's a great place to be. When I was applying with Fairfax County, that's what I had in mind. I was like, it's a bigger community. The police department itself is a diverse community, and that's where I want to be. Being a diverse person, I want to be part of that diversity. I think that's what made me really wanted to work with Fairfax County. If really it's deep down you really want this, you've been thinking about joining law enforcement, go for it, do it, and again see what we do. And I think it will be a great experience for them if they are thinking they want to join law enforcement. Last year, I was invited to this mosque in Franconia. It's called Al-Qayyam, which is also a school, Islamic school for kids. And I had received an email from the principal, and she was like, hey, we would love for you to come and talk to our students, especially the girls upstairs. And then if you could tell them that it's okay for women like us to do something else with our life besides what your family might want you to do. So I remember I went in, I didn't prepare a presentation or anything like that. I spoke with these young girls, and I was like, hey, if you're thinking about law enforcement, you should definitely really consider it. I was like, if I can do it, you can do it. In the beginning, they were super shy, like oh, okay. But then later, as I spoke more, in the end, they had so many questions about police academy, what were my experiences, and then I had one teacher. She walked up to me at the end of the presentation, and she was like, I just want you to know that we're very proud of you for representing us. And that was a proud moment for me. One woman, she had her 2 little daughters with her, and she brought them to me. It's like, I want them to see you, and she pointed to her daughters again. It's like, look at her. She's one of us. One funny experience where this female walks up to me and she goes, so you're a real police officer? And I'm in full uniform. And I was like, yes, ma'am, I'm a real police officer. But she meant it in no disrespectful way. You know what I mean? She was just like, you are a real police officer. I was like, yes, I'm like, you see this patch? I'm like, yes, I'm a real police officer. So it was a funny experience, but at the same time, it's like, people are proud, like, and I can tell, and they're not necessarily from Pakistan. Like, I've met like Arab communities or Indian communities, and people think that, like, we're similar in language, or our cultures are kind of similar. So it's like, they also feel proud. So that has been a very proud thing for me as well.